Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our English class. So, our topic today is out and about. Now, it's time for learning. So, our learning objectives for today are: we are going to learn about directions, singular and plural nouns, rules, and time. So, let's start with the first learning objective, which is direction. Direction means arah. Arah. So let's take a look about the words related to direction. The first one is turn right. It means belok kanan. Second word is turn left. It means belok kiri. The next word is go straight, which means jalan terus. The next one, cross the street. It means menyeberang jalan. And the last one is stop. It means berhenti. Now, let's move to the second learning objective, which is singular and plural nouns, which means kata nama tunggal dan majmuk. Let's see the first example, which is duck. For singular, which means one duck, we write as duck. For more than one duck, we need to add s. It becomes ducks. ducks. Let's look at the second example. Goat. For singular noun, which is one goat, we write as goat, goat. But for plural nouns, which is more than one, we need to add s. It becomes goads, goods. There are words that we need to add es. For example, like tomato. For singular noun, it's just tomato. But if it is more than one, we need to add es at the back of the word, which become tomatoes, tomatoes. The next example is wolf. For singular, we say it as wolf. But for plural, which is more than one, it becomes wolves. Wolves. The spelling become wolves. Wolves. The next example is mouse. For singular, we call it as mouse. But if it is more than one, which is plural, we call it as mice. M-I-C-E. The next example is sheep. For singular, we call it as sheep. And for plural, which is more than one, we also call it as sheep. The last example is child. If there is only one child, so we refer it as child. But if there are more than one, so we refer them as children. Now, let's learn about rules, which means peraturan. So there are a lot of places with rules, such as library, museum, cinema, and many more. Now, let's take a look at the example of rules in library. There are don't eat or drink, be quiet or read quietly. Example of rules in cinema are don't talk, turn off your mobile phone, and throw rubbish in the rubbish bin. And example of rules in museums are don't take photos and don't touch paintings. As you can see, most of the rules start with the word don't, which is stand for do not. Do not means dilarang. Now, for the last objective, we will be learning about quarter past and quarter to. It's about time. So, let's take a look at the first word, which is quarter past. We say it as quarter past when the minute needle shows at number 3, and it indicates 15 minutes after certain hour. Let's take a look at the first example. When the minute needle shows at number 3, it indicates 15 minutes after 4 o'clock. So, we can say it as it's 4:15. 15 minutes. Let's take a look at example 2. The minute needle shows at number 3 and the hour needles shows at number 2. So, this clock indicates 15 minutes after 2 o'clock. So, we can say it as it's 2:15 or 2:15. Now, let's take a look at the second word, which is quarter to. Quarter to is when the minute needle shows at number 9 and it indicates 15 minutes before a certain hour. Let's look at the first example. The minute needle shows at number 9 and the hour needles is almost at number 6. So this indicates 15 minutes before 6 o'clock. So the time is 5:45. Or we can write it as 5:45. For a second example, the minute needle shows at number 9 and the hour needles is almost at 3. So this clock indicates 15 minutes before 3 o'clock. So we can say it as 2:45 or 2:45. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone. Bye. Assalamualaikum.